Giudice, who serves as a member of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, has expressed her regret and expressed her willingness to apologize for the timing of her request to President Donald Trump to free her father. She is holding out hope that President Trump would grant Giudice a pardon and that he will be granted permission to return to the United States. In spite of the fact that his marriage has ended, he is still eager to be in this place with his girls. The huge apology made by Giudice together with the other stars of Bravo's Next Gen NYC, Gia gave an interview to People magazine. During this time, she explained that she had no intention of asking this question on the 4th of July and that she is aware that the timing was not ideal. Gia expressed her regret for tweeting that on the 4th of July, saying, "I am sorry. I received a lot of criticism for that. That was how I felt." She continued by expounding on the reasons for why she posted it at that particular time. He said, "Gia, I made the video on Thursday, which was the day before the holiday, and it was more so because I didn't want to let my dad down, because I told him that the video was finished, and when I tell him things, he expects it, like, an Italian household, it better be done the next day. I made the video on Thursday. That ought to be done as soon as possible." As a daughter who is grieving the loss of her father, Gia expressed in her post that she wanted him to be granted a pardon. The fact that he was a celebrity on reality television was not at all relevant to the situation at hand. She only desired to have her father back. Given that Gia is the oldest of her sisters, it is only natural that she would be the one to request it. Her sisters most likely desire the same thing. Additionally, Joe makes a request for forgiveness. Additionally, Giudice has been posting on social media in an effort to have a pardon granted to him. On the other hand, he is not the only one. The king of tigers in his posts, Joe Exotic frequently asks questions. It was only recently announced by President Trump that Todd and Julie Chrisley were released from prison. The individuals are holding out hope that they will receive the same treatment from him, and it is possible that this may occur in the future. At the very least, Joe is not serving any time in prison. Nonetheless, he has already served his sentence. The fact that he was deported and is no longer permitted to reside in the United States is a significant event. Do you feel relieved to learn that Gia has expressed regret for the lateness of her request you made? Are you of the opinion that President Donald Trump ought to remove Giudice from his position? In the comments section below, please share your ideas and opinions. Giudice has always been known as the strong, outspoken daughter of the Real Housewives of New Jersey star Teresa Giudice. From growing up in front of cameras to watching her parents' legal troubles unfold publicly, Gia's journey from a young girl into a poised young woman has been marked by loyalty, family pride, and resilience. But recently, the 24-year-old found herself at the center of a controversy she never anticipated. One that forced her to publicly apologize for her timing and words regarding her father, Giudice. It all began when Gia took to social media earlier this month to plead with former President Donald Trump, asking him to do the right thing and help bring her father home. Giudice, who was deported to Italy in 2019 following his prison sentence for mail, wire, and bankruptcy fraud, has remained abroad ever since, separated from his daughters who continue to live in New Jersey with Teresa. Gia's emotional plea was heartfelt, but the timing, many said, couldn't have been worse. A plea that sparked debate. The post, shared on Gia's Instagram story, included a photo of her and her father with the caption, "President Trump, please consider pardoning my dad. He's served his time. Our family has been through enough. We just want him home." Almost immediately, the comment section filled with mixed reactions. Some fans sympathized deeply, calling her plea brave and emotional, while others criticized her for aligning herself with a polarizing political figure, especially during a week when Trump was embroiled in new legal controversies of his own. Gia quickly became a trending topic online. Headlines didn't focus on the emotional aspect of her request, but rather the political implications behind it. Critics accused her of insensitivity, saying her timing made the post appear opportunistic rather than heartfelt. Gia's apology, "My heart was in the right place." Just days after the backlash, Gia addressed the uproar directly through a video message. Sitting in her college apartment, visibly emotional but composed, she said, "I want to sincerely apologize if my post about my dad came across the wrong way. My intention was never to be political or to upset anyone. I was just speaking from my heart as a daughter who misses her father every single day." She continued, explaining that she hadn't considered how the timing of her message might intersect with the ongoing media storm surrounding Trump. "I didn't think about the timing, and that was my mistake," she admitted. "My family has been dealing with this pain for so long, and I sometimes let emotion take over. I understand now that the way I said it could have been received differently. For that, I'm sorry." The apology, while simple, carried the same sincerity fans have seen in Gia for years. She didn't retract her wish for her father to return home, but she acknowledged that her approach could have been better thought out. Teresa Giudice stands by her daughter. Teresa Giudice was quick to defend her daughter's intentions. During a taping of her Namaste Be Dollarch's podcast, the RHONG star said she was proud of Gia for speaking up, even if it stirred controversy. "Gia has a huge heart," Teresa said. "She's passionate and she loves her dad. She saw an opportunity to maybe make a difference, and she took it. I don't blame her at all. People can twist things, but she was just being a loving daughter." Teresa added that she, too, still dreams of having Joe back in the U.S. one day, even if the process feels impossible. "We've accepted it, but it's hard. He's missing so much with the girls, birthdays, graduations, all of it," she said. "We talk every day, but it's not the same." Joe's response from Italy from across the ocean. Joe Giudice responded to Gia's apology with a simple but touching message of support. Speaking to Page 6, Joe said, "Gia's my heart. She's always trying to do the right thing for our family. I told her she doesn't need to apologize for wanting her father back home." He admitted, however, that he understood why the post created controversy. "It's a sensitive time in America," he said. "But at the end of the day, she's just a kid who wants her dad. I'm proud of her for standing up for me, no matter what anyone says." Joe has spent the past several years rebuilding his life in Italy, working in the construction business and spending time with extended family. He's also become somewhat of a local celebrity, appearing on Italian TV shows and occasionally sharing cooking videos on Instagram. But despite the newfound peace, he's never hidden the fact that he longs to return to the States, even just for visits. Fans react. Sympathy over controversy. After Gia's apology went viral, the tone online shifted dramatically. Fans began to rally behind her, praising her for taking accountability. "She's mature beyond her years," one user wrote on X, formerly Twitter. "It's easy to judge, but imagine not seeing your dad for years and feeling helpless." Others applauded how gracefully she handled the criticism, calling her a class act who demonstrated wisdom her parents often lacked during their RHONG scandals. Still, a handful of critics remained skeptical, suggesting that Gia's apology was damage control for what they perceived as a tone-deaf move. But even many of those voices softened after watching her emotional video, acknowledging that her pain was real. Growing up, Gia's entire adolescence has unfolded under public scrutiny, from her tearful performance of "Waking Up in the Morning" on RHONG to her fierce defense of her mother during the family's darkest moments. Through it all, she's evolved into a confident young woman who's not afraid to speak her truth. Those who know her say that her recent misstep only highlights her humanity. "She's not perfect, but she's real," a source close to the family shared. "Gia has seen more than most kids her age, and she handles it with strength and grace. She loves her parents, no matter what anyone says. A lesson in timing and growth in many ways, Gia's apology marked a turning point, not just in how she handles public life, but in how she balances emotion with awareness. "I'm learning," she said near the end of her video. "Social media can be powerful, but it can also hurt when it's misunderstood. I'm just trying to do my best and stay true to myself." For a young woman whose life has been defined by the chaos of fame, her ability to acknowledge mistakes while standing by her values shows remarkable maturity. Giudice isn't the impulsive little girl viewers met over a decade ago. She's a woman navigating adulthood in the shadow of her family's notoriety and finding her voice in the process. Looking ahead, as for whether her plea will have any impact on Joe's legal status, that remains uncertain. But Gia insists her focus now is on finishing school, building her career in law, and continuing to use her platform to advocate for compassion and fairness, values she says her family story has taught her. "I believe in forgiveness," Gia said. "People make mistakes. My dad did, and so did I. But what matters is learning and growing from them." Her apology, heartfelt and humble, might just be the start of a new chapter for the Giudice family, one where love, growth, and understanding finally take center stage over controversy. And as one fan beautifully put it online, Gia doesn't owe anyone an apology for loving her dad. The timing wasn't perfect, but her heart was. In the world of reality TV, where drama is currency, Giudice's honesty stands out, not for its scandal, but for its sincerity.